business, straight onto the papers. Former US Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, of course, as we mentioned in the news, has died at 100. His legacy garnering a lot of attention in the press today. Dipti, what are the papers saying? Well,
Henry Kissinger, at least the impression you get is that he was very much admired, but also despised in equal parts. I think it's fair to say a refugee of Nazi Germany. He arrived in the U.S. barely speaking English in his teens for the Washington Post with this German accent, his incisive wit, owlish looks, and zest for Hollywood socializing. He became a star of the tabloids. Politically, he won the Nobel Peace Prize alongside Vietnam's Lee Duc-tho for their secret negotiations that brought about the end of the U.S.'s involvement in Vietnam, the U.S.'s war in Vietnam. His single greatest achievement, secretly brokering Nixon's visit to China in 1972, which, according to the Post, reshaped the global balance of power. His death garnering a lot of attention in China as well. This was an article from state media that we found in which they talk about, in which they called him an old friend of the Chinese people. Indeed, Henry Kissinger was no stranger to China. He'd visited the country over 100 times in his lifetime, most recently this year. Stuart.
As you said, Dipti, certainly not admired by all, though.
No, not at all. The U.S. liberals reviled him for a cold-blooded application of American power that led to countless deaths around the world. That's what foreign policy reminds us of. He supported, for instance, the bombing of Cambodia that led to the rise of the brutal Khmer Rouge regime. He also backed the 1973 coup d'etat against the Chilean leader Salvador Allende. He turned a blind eye to a Bangladeshi slaughter by Pakistani generals, which is why some have even called him a war criminal. And you really see that kind of criticism coming through in Rolling Stone's obituary today, at least a headline: Henry Kissinger, war criminal beloved by America's ruling class, finally dies.
Bit hard, you might say. No, he was, as you say, though, crucial in Mideast negotiations. Israel and Hamas announcing it will be extending its truce by 1 day.
Yeah, that truce will extend for at least 24 hours to keep working on deals to swap hostages held in Gaza for Palestinian prisoners. This was the headline early this morning as that news came through on the Times of Israel. The center-right Israeli daily Haaretz focusing on the Israeli hostages freed from Hamas captivity on Wednesday, posting their portraits on its website. From the Arab language press, you have a similar headline on the truce from Al Arabi Al Jadid here, talking about the truce going into its 7th day now with that extension under, of course, this the similar conditions of swapping hostages for prisoners and to allow humanitarian aid in there.
Now, the much contested and heavily criticised COP28 beginning in Dubai. What are the papers saying on that?
Well, despite the summit, Stuart, opening under a cloud of judgment and a windstorm of criticism, this is a Dubai daily there, quotes Sheikh Mohammed as saying that he'll be vowing for global climate actions and promises of uniting the world with the summit. But as I said, the summit is opening under a lot of criticism, not least of all because it is being hosted by Dubai, a petrostate, as the New York Times puts it. The article, though, offers a more nuanced view of that criticism, explaining that Dubai itself finds itself in a pretty difficult conundrum. If the world abandons oil too quickly, its entire revenue will virtually evaporate. At the same time, if not enough is done to curb emissions, soaring global temperatures could make Dubai unlivable for future generations one day. So you see that sort of conundrum that Dubai faces today.
The summit, no stranger to scandals?
Well, it seems like it's always the same scandal, though. This is the thing, Daily Mail focusing on this. King Charles, Rishi Sunak, the British Prime Minister, and Lord David Cameron, his Foreign Secretary, will be attending COP28, each of them traveling on their own private jet to get to Dubai. 10 Downing Street strongly defending the decision, saying the other ministers would fly commercial. So at least that's that. But the irony of a summit proclaiming to save the planet while attendees polluted in every way possible is not lost on this cartoonist from China, Stelina Chen, You see here the red carpet for this climate change summit, private jets, limos, the red carpet, all of that. And you also have this one from this Nigerian cartoonist who sees a very sick-looking Earth here, plagued by pollution, forest fires, gas emissions, illness, and the like. Stuart.
Finally from Dipti, ending on something a little quirky. New York Times looks as an artist. Jason Chu, his name is. His love for a certain cuddly bear.
Well, yeah, that's right. Who doesn't love this bear, Paddington Bear? Let's be honest. Jason Chu takes it to a new level, though. The visual effects artist has been photoshopping Paddington Bear into all sorts of music and pop culture since 2021. His goal is just to do something fun and cheery, and what better than the big-hearted, accident-prone Paddington Bear. Here are some of his work. So this is the one that the New York Times went through, which I unfortunately cannot show you because it's gone sideways. So I'll show you some of the other ones. That's never happened to me, Stuart. Well, now I can't get rid of it, can I? So here he is. He's in the middle of a Harry Potter movie.
It's magic.
It's magic. This one I really like. Finding a seat at the table of Goodfellas, one of my favorite movies ever. And you have him here, probably your favorite movie, Stuart, Mean Girls.
Oh, definitely.
Sitting at the Mean Girls table. It's all a bit of fun. He posts one picture a day. He's been doing it every single day, and each X post, the caption says, I'll do this until the day I forget. He's at 996 posts, so I wonder what he's going to do for the big 1,000 stories.
Thank you very much, Dipti. I feel like I should be like this, but anyway, Dipti with the papers. Very latest news for you after the break, so do stay with us.